excited to be here with you. And today I wanted to share a piece on one of my favorite communication technique that is widely used actually in therapy, in coaching, and in conscious communities. And I highly recommend and invite all of you to use it in your communication on a day-to-day basis with your partners, with your children, with your parents. This technique is called MAO, and what it stands for is mirroring, acknowledging, understanding. So MAO technique. What the situation might be, so the conversation that you have with your partner, or she came to you, and because I am appealing to the male population, being a men's coach, I will share an example of, let's say your partner, your female partner comes to you and she has this situation at work that happened to her, or whatever it is that she is in, and she shares with you the experience she's having. And obviously, being a woman, it might be a really emotional experience. So what you as a man do in this moment, remembering this technique, MAO technique, you also, because it also requires, in order to mirror back someone, it requires a certain amount of attention, presence, and listening. So that's what you turn on. Your partner comes to you, she has her world collapsing and she needs to talk about a certain thing. And so she shares, and once she's done sharing, you mirror back to her what she said. So, and the way you do it is you say, I heard you said so and so and so and so. I heard you said that your boss is an asshole and he did this terrible thing and you are feeling disempowered and triggered and all the things, for example. And is that correct? You ask at the end once you mirror back to her. And she says, yes. And what this does, when you mirror back to your partner what she just conversed to you, it creates a certain amount of safety in her system. At least personally for me, that's what it does. And for each and every person, this mirroring, acknowledgement, and understanding has a different sort of value and connotation. For me, mirroring is really important because when I was growing up, my parents were constantly interrupting me, so I never felt heard. And so when somebody, my partner, hears me and, listens to me and reflects back to me what my experience, I'm like, oh, this is so great. Yeah, like, immediately I can relax. And then what you do, you acknowledge the experience that she's having. Like, oh, I acknowledge how that situation, this experience, how that is for you. And then you say, and I understand how that might make you feel. So the acknowledgement piece is more of a reasoning, and the understanding piece is more of emotional. You express the empathy towards the situation you're woman in. You may use mirroring and acknowledgement, you may use mirroring and understanding, you may use all these three, but I think mirroring is really important because you are, what you're doing is you are, not dwelling in your own world once she comes to you, but you're presencing yourself. You're turning on, you're listening even more. So this practice I've used in my coaching, and I've definitely am using it in my relationship with my partner and with my friends, and it's really is creating, it helps to avoid any major conflicts down the road, because if you start training yourself to communicate like that on a daily, there is a habit that you create, and eventually there is a potential of avoiding any kind of heated up arguments. So Mao technique, let me know if you're already using it in your day-to-day conversations with your partner, and if you don't, so practice using that technique, and also share in the comments below how that is for you, and if there are any challenges you might be experiencing with it. And yeah, I would love to hear from you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you another time.